Have you been around? Have you done your share of coming down on different things that people do? Have you been aware you got brothers and sisters who care about what's gonna happen to you in a year from now? Maybe I'll be there to shake your hand. Maybe I'll be there to share the land that they're giving away when we all can live together. Said I'm talking about together now. Maybe I'll be there to shake your hand. Maybe I'll be there to share the land that they're giving away when we all can live together, yeah. Did you pay your dues? Did you read the news when the paper landed in your yard? Do you know their names? Can you play their games without losing track and coming down too hard? Maybe I'll be there to shake your hand. Maybe I'll be there to share the land that they're giving away when we all can live together. Said I'm talking about together now. Maybe I'll be there to shake your hand. Maybe I'll be there to share the land when they're giving away when we all can live together. I'm talking about together now. You know I'll be standing by to help you if you're worried. No more sadness, no more sorrow, and no more bad times. Every day comes sunshine, every day everybody laughing, walking together by the river. Hey, yeah, we're talking and laughing now. Everybody singing, dancing, laughing, and no more bad times. Call on me and call on me. I'll be there to help you if you're worried. No more sadness, no more sorrow, and no more bad times. Every day comes sunshine, every day everybody laughing. Just call my name, and I'll be there to share the land.
Good morning, everyone. Welcome to the Center for Spiritual Living Toronto. I'm Helen Vello, the spiritual director here at the center. Okay, I'm so excited. I'm so excited about so much that's going on today. I've got a few things I've got to get out of the way and sort of let people online know, first of all, that after the thank you for being online, we will be cutting the video because then, for the final song, I'm going to ask all of you to come up and come in behind the band and dance and have some fun with the final song, which is also our feature song, so you'll already know the song. And this video is going to be part of an international video for all the Centers for Spiritual Living for the Vista online conference that's happening in March. So you can come on up and just be part of it. They'll cut in and out. They're going to splice everybody's videos together. But it's kind of fun that we get to do this and be a part of something that is global. So with that, welcome this morning. And we are a hub for living well, for you to explore your spirituality. We celebrate connection. We celebrate happiness, inspiration, fun, and community. We also believe that everyone from every walk of life, race, and religion is part of and comes from this one infinite, creative, intelligent, loving energy throughout the universe. There is a power for good in the universe. It is in us, and we can use it to better our lives and better the lives of others. We also recognize that this center is situated on sacred territory, and we also recognize this is the spiritual home of the Anishinaabe Nation, the Haudenosaunee Confederacy, the Mississaugas of the New Credit First Nations, and we also recognize the spiritual mystics and the masters from all teachings that have walked this earth plane and left their imprint for us to learn from. So we embrace New Thought teachings, ancient wisdom, and we welcome you to your spiritual home. And with that, I am going to invite Aidan to start us off with our invocation song.
How could anyone ever tell you were anything less than beautiful? How could anyone ever tell you are less than whole? How could anyone fail to notice that your loving is a miracle? How deeply you're connected to my soul. How could anyone ever tell you were anything less than beautiful? How could anyone ever tell you are less than whole? How could anyone fail to notice that your loving is a miracle? How deeply you're connected to my soul.
I recognize that each and every one of us is a beautiful power of light, love, peace, grace, and oneness. This is who and what we are at all times. And so in allowing this knowing to be a part of our cellular being, there is nothing that anyone can know but this absolute truth. For the grace of God is the grace of who I am in this moment. For the love and light of the universe is what I am. And as this energy resonates through my being, knowing it is that which is in me that is in each and every person here and online. For this knowing, I am very grateful. For this center, I am very grateful. For each and every person present here today, bringing their consciousness of light and love to this place, this time, this space, for each and every person online. It is the recognition of oneness. Oneness is the absence of anything but love. I feel the oneness, the connection, and the presence of the divine. And with that, I release my word. I let it be so, in recognition that there is only one thing, and that is God, greatness, on demand. I let it go, and together we say, and so it is.
How could anyone ever tell you you were anything less than beautiful? How could anyone ever tell you you are less than whole? How could anyone fail to notice that your loving is a miracle? How deeply you're connected to my soul. How deeply you're connected to my soul.
Beautiful. So I invite you to breathe in love. Breathe in love. Breathe out peace. Knowing that spirit must be perfect. It is perfect. That which is back of everything must be good, must be complete, must be harmonious. This is who and what we are in this human incarnation. Therefore, we must know that we are an eternal being on a pathway of life. Harmony with this life is brought about through a conscious unity of ourselves with the inner principle. That underlying current flow from a divine center that is pressing ever outward into the expression in full faith that we are the perfection, the wholeness, and complete expression of spirit at all times. And so it is. And with that, we are going to stand up and sing This Little Light of Mine.
This little light of mine, I'm gonna let it shine. This little light of mine, I'm gonna let it shine. This little light of mine, I'm gonna let it shine. Let it shine, let it shine, let it shine. Everywhere I go, everywhere I go. Everywhere I go, I'm gonna let it shine, let it shine, let it shine, let it shine. All around the world, I'm gonna let it shine. All around the world, I'm gonna let it shine. All around the world, I'm gonna let it shine, let it shine. Out there in the dark, out there in the dark, I'm gonna let it shine, yeah. Out there in the dark, I'm gonna let it shine. Out there in the dark, I'm gonna let it shine, let it shine, let it shine, let it shine. I ain't gonna hide it, no, I'm gonna let it shine. I ain't gonna hide it, no, I'm gonna let it shine. I ain't gonna hide
recordings and what's up on the screen is going to match someday. Just don't be attached to when someday happens. But I was going through, do you know how many versions there are of this song? There are a number. Well, there's two for sure. No, there's a third one. I'm not going to let Satan in. I'm like, no, we're not singing that. Yeah, we don't go there. So, okay. Just listen to Aiden. She's got it going on. So I'm going to invite up to the lectern here our practitioner of the day, our wonderful head of the practitioner corps, who's just such a cornerstone of this center, and I love her to bits. So come on up, Judy Southern. Woo-hoo.
Hi, everybody. I just love that our monthly themes this month are aligned with the Science of Mind monthly themes. And don't let the words on the front distract you if that's not what you're thinking. I know it says, did Jesus heal? But it's a great article. I've been reading this magazine for 13 years, the 13 years I've been here. It's part of my daily spiritual practice. It has inspired me, and it has been just so wonderful. And this month's daily readings are written by, am I on? Okay, it doesn't feel it. This month's daily readings are written by Reverend Dr. Margaret Stortz. They are rich and inspiring. Every reading focuses on our theme this month of embracing spiritual principles. So my quote is from Ralph Waldo Emerson, and in fact, Margaret Stortz actually quoted this in one of her daily readings, so I knew I was on track. What lies behind us, and you've heard this before, what lies behind us and what lies before us are tiny matters compared to what lies within us. Our past is behind us, and we need to let it be behind us and not keep bringing it up into the present where it doesn't belong. I find that very comforting. When I look at my past, I don't see myself as that person. I don't even want to be that person that I was. I want to evolve and renew and create anew. And I just love knowing that my past is really made up of tiny matters compared to this day. I love letting go. No regrets, no guilt, no judgment. Carrie and I had a conversation. What lies within us is who we really are, spirit expressing in this human form. When we really know this, when we really feel it at a deep level, and we live it, that's when the miracles happen. The divine principle that we talk about reminds us that we are spiritual beings having a human experience, and we can become better aligned with our original spirituality by prayer. And we teach affirmative prayer here. We can take the time to meditate and then create meaningful affirmations daily. Every word and every thought is really a prayer. So we can consciously pray unceasingly as part of our habit of living when we remember who we are in every single situation. For me, the key to staying aligned with my spirituality has become a practice of faith, and it has become a practice of faith and trust and surrender. No fear, no doubt, no judgment, just pure faith. We are spiritual in origin. Don't forget that. Spirituality touches every part of us, whether we know it or not, and there is no part of us that is unspiritual. And Margaret Stortz begins each affirmation at the end of the daily readings. My spiritual self is my gift to life. And then she goes on to continue the affirmation. Your spiritual self is your gift to life. You are immersed in and surrounded by infinite spirit, divine energy. Everyone is. And when we know this, when we really know who we are, when we remember who we are, and our Center for Spiritual Living mission statement here in Toronto tells us to love only, forgive everything, and remember who you are. When we remember, when we know this truth and feel it deeply and act as though it's true, that's when we create our brilliant lives. That's when we create what lies before us. And that's when we decide what lies before us. It's up to us. Because as we know, the universe affirms our thoughts, whether they're positive or negative. So if you want to know what you're thinking, look at what's showing up in your life and adjust your thinking. Change your habitual way of thinking if you don't like what you're getting. You are a focal point where the infinite becomes conscious of itself by means of you. So remember who you are. That's when the miracles show up in your life. What lies behind us, what lies before us, are tiny matters compared to the spiritual truth that lies within us. Embrace your truth. Embrace your spirituality. Create your miracle life. Namaste. We have an affirmation, and it goes like this: the power of my commitment to live in alignment with Spirit allows for greater ease and flow in my life. Please join me. The power of my commitment to live in alignment with Spirit allows for greater ease and flow in my life. So I invite you now to just be still, take a breath, be aware of your heart space, be aware of how you're feeling, and just let everything go. Because I know there is one divine energy, one power for good that flows through all of life. This is Spirit. This is God. Everywhere present, all-knowing, all-powerful, the greatest power ever, and always creating, and creating right now in every moment through each of us as it flows lovingly into human form as us. And so knowing who we are, I affirm that life unfolds in wonderful divine ways. Life unfolds perfectly when we let it, when we surrender and let it go. I invite each of us to know the truth of our beingness, who we are. We are spirit in origin. No part of us is unspiritual. Know this for everyone. See the divine in everyone. See Spirit in everyone and everything. Grateful for this knowing, grateful for this truth, I release these words to the law of mind, the perfect law of mind, and I let God be God. I let it go. I let it be so. And together we say, and so it is.
Judy. Thank you. So our feature song is Under One Sky, which is the theme song and the theme for the Centers for Spiritual Living conference this year. Every other year, it's a virtual conference, so there are a number of us that will be watching online, different workshops and seminars and musical experiences over 3-4 days from March 4th to 7th. So this song, written by Reverend Sunshine Day, is the theme song, and it is the one that we are going to film after service. So take it away, Aiden.
Knowing there's a place for us where we can all be free. Let us work hand in hand. It starts with you and me. Every day's a gift we get to better someone's lives. We all live under one sky. Under one sky. Build a bridge of love and trust, connecting every life. Take the time to talk it out and say what's on your mind. We can all do our part to live in harmony. We all live under one sky. Under one sky. Now's the time to search your heart to see what you might feel. There is peace and joy and love, it was there all the time. Every day is a gift we get to better someone's life. We all live under one sky. Under one sky. Under one
Good morning. You know, there really is only one mind, and it never ceases to amaze me how true that is. The title of my talk today is Time for an Upgrade. And I'm talking today about our spiritual principles, which are acceptance and living truth, gratitude, service, laughter, presence, generosity, forgiveness, service, openness, love. And it's so interesting how this morning, Lori's meditation had to do with the Ho'oponopono forgiveness prayer. And Judy talking about oneness and how we're all in this together. And my talk is about really upgrading our consciousness to that understanding that there is only oneness, and that one of the ways to get there is through forgiveness. Are you ready for an upgrade? Yes, because, we're born as this, pure potential. We are born as pure potential. And what our imprinting is a certain operating system that we learn in the world in order to survive. And it's actually a binary operating system. It is one based in duality, one based in I'm here, you're there, and what you do affects me, and darn it, I don't like it sometimes. And we continue to live this kind of imprinting as we grow up, and we take this into adulthood, and we learn that what our needs are based on somebody else should be supplying those needs to us. Somebody should be loving me the way I want to be loved. Right? And if they don't love me the way I want to be loved, well, you're wrong. They're wrong. And this gets reinforced again and again through our experiences, through belief systems. And yet, how's that working for us? That something outside of us has more power, more control, and the ability to make us feel lovable or not. Wow. Kind of sucks, actually, because it really takes the power away from me. That something outside of me has that control. And yet, it doesn't have to be that way. We can actually upgrade our system to a unitary system, to a system of oneness. Because when we're in this binary system, this system of duality, what's running the show? Ego or spirit? Ego. Ego's always running the show. And you know, a lot of times we identify ourselves through differentiation. So Friday night, the practitioners, we all had a party here. We had a dinner party. It was so great. That room out there is actually a beautiful room for a dinner party. There were candles and flowers, tablecloths. It looked incredible. And someone came in and said, wow, where'd you get all the artwork? Because they hadn't been here for a while. So at this dinner party, we were talking actually about movies, because we're really deeply spiritual practitioners here. But we're talking about all the movies that we saw, and what came up was Mary Poppins. Now, some people have not seen the original Mary Poppins, much to my dismay. They hadn't seen it. But there's an upgrade to a new Mary Poppins who returns that actually is very metaphysical. And we all had different opinions about Mary Poppins. And this is what we do. We differentiate ourselves based on what we've seen, what sign we are, you know, what car we drive, what job we have, you know, how we look. But does any of that matter ultimately? No. No, it doesn't. It doesn't. So what we want to do now is start to come to the understanding that we are not, and I'm going to start changing this, we're not individualized expressions of the one creative power. We are the one creative power. Because the moment, and hey, I'm guilty because I was saying this, we are individualized expressions of the one creative power. No, we are the creative power. And how that gets expressed, it gets expressed. But to start to really own that we are this, which is why we say that we are God. Greatness on demand. Not the God out there, but greatness on demand at any time. It is within us. It is who and what we are. And so, there is a divine in me. And there is a divine in you. And it's all the same divine. It's all the same. And so, to really be able to release the illusion, the image, the idea or perception that somehow we're still different from others. Because the moment we step into, but I am different, is the moment we've stepped into duality, which creates a separation from who we are. And it's so interesting because, Shiroz, and thank you for mentioning this today, we are, we're making these survival bags for the homeless. Well, they're no different than us. We might be living different circumstances, but we need to, when we give those bags, it's like, I see you. I see who you are. You are truly divine. There is no separation. And to really be able to understand and embody the oneness within each and every one of us. We are not a superior being giving out something to someone that is less than. And this is where, when we're making up those bags, to really hold that loving intention of oneness. Because otherwise, we keep creating these illusions of separation. And these illusions are simply a function of an operating system that creates a lot of division in this world. And it also creates a lot of pain and suffering that doesn't have to happen. You know, health is a normal state of being. Prosperity is a normal state of being. Love is a normal state of being. Peace is a normal state of being. Our creative expression is a normal state of being. But we have learned all these different judgments and ideas that somehow we're not supposed to have that kind of abundance in our life. And that is an illusion. And it's time to release that illusion and to really start to own and create the mental equivalent in our own minds that health is a normal state of being for me. Oh, interestingly enough, since the beginning of December, I have been around so many people with that horrendous flu. I don't know, I'm healthy because I believe that is my normal state of being. Prosperity is a normal state of being. Love is a normal state of being. Not fear, not anger. That is not a normal state of being. Not misery is not a normal state of being. So we want to start to really take ownership and say, yeah, this is my normal state of being. And this is what I'm living from. Oneness is a normal state of being. So you can upgrade your operating system and then life will appear very differently. We keep waiting for life to appear differently, then I'll upgrade. But we don't do that with our computers. The moment it says upgrade, what do? Yep, you hit that button. You hit that button. Hopefully you hit that button and upgrade. It's good for your computer. So, so often we tend to get wrapped up in a story of blame and shame and guilt and feeling hurt and experiencing these circumstances and then continuing to build a case against someone or something or some structure, organization. But a system based in duality can't possibly perceive oneness. It can't create anything beyond itself. So the drama of the separate self goes on and on and on. But we do have that capacity to shift. And we come into this life also with that untapped operating system. Because remember, I said we come into life as pure potentiality. So there is another operating system within us that is untapped, a non-dual way of perceiving the world. And we can learn to steer that world and understand through that world of oneness and ultimately discover the deepest sense of who we are within it. And to know ourselves, to really know ourselves and to know our own capacity, that mental equivalency for creating good in the world, and to be that full creative expression of ourselves. So, I said earlier, think about the definition of oneness as the absence of anything but love. Love being a complete unity with life. And we cannot enter this reality, the reality with a capital R, unless we are in unity with all that lives. For all life is one. And a great way to get there is through forgiveness. And I had a really interesting experience this week. So I had gone to pick up more of the washcloths for the Live Well store. And they're made by a friend of mine. And we said, oh, let's go for lunch. So we went to lunch and we went to this mall. And we looked and it was like, oh, there's a restaurant. Oh, this looks new and it looks really good. Let's go. So I go into the restaurant and I was sort of busy. I was kind of on my phone at the same time and talking to my friend. I turn around and there is someone that 10 years ago had literally been a part of such an incredibly destructive time in my life and my family's life. And I looked, and oh my gosh, it wasn't just him. There was his wife. There was his brother-in-law. And I'm like, oh, hello. Because what else am I going to say in that moment? And this had been an experience our family had had with this particular family, both personally and professionally, that really did kind of mess up my life for a while. It was not a pretty experience. And I went, nice to see you. And you know what? I felt nothing but appreciation and grace. And I was so happy that I could actually stand in front of these people. And you know when you carry that little, my internal scrub brushes that are creating this old irritant that's been lasting for a long time? I was like, I have none of that. None. I had completely forgiven these people. And my girlfriend, who knew the whole story, she went, well, isn't this an interesting experience? And I went, I guess it's meant to be. And she said, well, it sure is. And he came and sat down and we talked and connected. And on the way out, I wished them all the best with their restaurant. And it was fine. I was absolutely fine because I'd done my forgiveness work. I had released all of that history and let it go. And it is the best feeling in the world to stand in front of someone and really, there was no less than, better than. It was that exchange of oneness. And that's a great feeling to live with. It is just wonderful. And Ernest Holmes says, false experience will continue until the lesson is learned. until the soul turns from that which is hurt to its greatest good. Our spirit is of like nature to the Spirit of God, and it is impossible for the Spirit of God to remain in darkness. And I felt like I was really in the light. So, what is it that you can forgive in your own life? What are you willing to let go of from your history? Who can you forgive? And who can you free from your own resentment? And I do love the Ho'oponopono experience of forgiveness, which is, I'm sorry for everything that has happened or any wrong that you may have witnessed. It makes it easy for you to move ahead once in your life, once you know and you have the courage to say, I'm sorry. So that's the first line, I'm sorry. The second one is, please forgive me. Please forgive me. You seek forgiveness for everything you felt about that person or about yourself. And while doing so, you free yourself from the past. The third step is gratitude. Thank you. Thank you. This is a way of learning to appreciate that everything that has happened, big or small, is for us, for our own evolution, for our own freedom from bondage. Everything that has happened is for us. It doesn't happen to us. It is for our highest and best good. And the last step is showing your love by saying, I love you. I love you. I recognize we are one on this journey in life. And I love the divine in you. And I love the divine in me. And sometimes we forget to say that part. I love the divine in me. So I'm going to have you close your eyes for a minute. And I want you to think of something you're willing to release, to let go of, to say, I'm sorry. I'm sorry. Please forgive me. Thank you. I love you. Breathe it into your heart space. Breathe it in. Because this is the nature of the divine in each and every one of us. And then allow your eyes to open. It is the nature of love to flow. It is not the nature of love to be stagnated. And as we give ourselves unto each other in this way, the wholeness of life expresses together in a mutual loving reciprocity. And the recognition that each of us belong to one another. And this is the Christ consciousness. This is what, the Christ consciousness teaches us. That there is no separation between the human and the divine. There is no separation between human and human. We are all one. Now, it's a challenging notion to recognize we are all one. And yet, I would say, because you are here, you are ready for the upgrade. You are ready for the upgrade. And so to know that there is only this infinite creative energy everywhere present. It is omniscient, omnipotent, omnipresent, omniactive through all of life. This is the source and the substance from which each one of us is made. So we are all one, all connected. Let us embody these spiritual principles. Let's live our life from this place and experience the reality of love, which is the absence of anything else. And I invite you just to really open up your mind to receive that as a possibility for yourself and take it out into the world, just as we are taking out into the world today a way of being of service from this place of love. To say, I see you. I love you. Namaste. Namaste. So I invite you to take out what you have to give to the center. And again, with that understanding, there is no separation between what you hold in your hand and anything else, because it is all God, it is all love. And I'm going to invite you, as the baskets go around, to stand up, and we are going to sing gratitude.
Gratitude before me, gratitude behind me, gratitude to the left of me, gratitude to the right of me, gratitude above me, gratitude below me, gratitude within me, gratitude all around me. And I'm so grateful. I'm so grateful, 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 I'm so grateful. Gratitude before me, gratitude behind me, gratitude to the left of me, gratitude to the right of me, gratitude above me, gratitude below me, gratitude within me, gratitude all around me. And I'm so grateful, I'm so grateful, I'm so grateful, and I'm so grateful, and I'm so grateful. I'm so grateful, I'm so grateful, I'm so grateful. Gratitude before me, gratitude to the left of me, gratitude to the right of me, gratitude above me, gratitude below me, gratitude within me, gratitude all around. And I'm so grateful.
I am so grateful. I'm so grateful for this center. I'm so grateful for the love in this room, and I'm so grateful for these loving gifts, these gifts of money that allow this center to continue to inspire each and every one of us and reach beyond our walls to this whole community. Thank you, thank you, thank you. And so it is.
Gratitude before me, gratitude behind me, gratitude to the left of me, gratitude to the right of me, gratitude above me, gratitude below me, gratitude within me, gratitude all around me. And I'm so grateful, 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 and I'm so grateful, I'm so grateful, I'm so grateful.
Okay, just before we finish up, a few announcements. So yes, we are having our potluck. We're going to make the survival bags for the homeless today. We also have a very quick board meeting upstairs at 1 p.m. We have our Science of Mind study group that continues on Wednesday nights. And, oh my gosh, can you go back one for just ever so quickly? There's a few people I want to thank, and I know so many of you have contributed, but to all the beautiful souls, and I know some of you are watching online today, Doug and Angela, Sonia and Monica, who donated to our bags online, and thank you to Ellen and Shiroz and Lori and Tony and Jelaine and Rustin and Glyne and Pat and so many more of you. The response has been overwhelming, and I'm so excited about this. So thank you so much. And then thank you to Aiden and Brendan and Julian and Rustin and Brian.